Hey there, I'm Mr. Know-It-All, the lead swing trading analyst trader at Swing Trade Pros, the #1 swing trading and bot community in the world. And I genuinely want to help you make your mark in the thrilling world of swing trading cryptocurrency. I've been trading since 2017 and I've taught myself many different trading strategies, patterns. I'm known for the falling wedge pattern, as you guys might know. I've dedicated my life to mastering these types of structures and patterns, and now my goal is to impact the lives of 1 million of you. You heard that right. My goal is to impact 1 million people this full cycle. Let that be you. Cryptocurrency markets can be a roller coaster ride, full of ups and downs. But through swing trading, I've discovered a strategy that can truly make a difference. I've poured countless hours to studying the intricacies of falling wedge patterns, rising wedge patterns, you name it, and it has become my area of expertise. Here's the thing. I genuinely want to see you thrive in this market. That's why I've made it my mission to impact 1 million of you. I want to provide you with the tools, insight, and support you need to navigate this exciting but challenging landscape. Swing trading is not just about technical analysis. It's about understanding market psychology and developing disciplined risk management strategies. I'll be there to guide you step by step as we identify different types of patterns and structures and seize profitable opportunities. Together, we'll build your confidence in trading skills, ensuring you're well prepared to face the twists and turns of swing trading. Believe me when I say that I genuinely care about your success. That's why I'm inviting you to join me, Mr. Know-It-All, on this transformative journey. Let's make the most of this full cycle and work towards your financial freedom together. You'll find all my links in my bio. Reach out and let's dive into this world of swing trading. I'm here to support you and your family and guide you every step of the way because your success matters to me. Together, let's make a real impact and achieve trading success.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the weekly live stream where two people show up. I'm just kidding. What's up, guys? How are we doing? We have a weekly candle close coming here in about 1 minute or so. Actually, it's closing right now. All right. So technically, well, I don't have the best of news. Tether just closed a weekly bullish engulfing candle, and Bitcoin just closed a weekly bearish engulfing candle. Okay. So that's not necessarily good news, but you know, we still have this candle right here. This 26.360 area is still a valid bullish engulfing candle on the weekly chart. Until we close below this candle, I am still bullish on the market. We are still holding these critical areas. We're still in the long-term parabola structure here. It's pretty clear that we're still in this uptrend, and there's really nothing to worry about as of right now. Thank you so much, Sheep, for doing that. We appreciate that. And IJ Money, what's up, dude? You're always first on the stream. God bless you, man. Landscraper, what's up, bro? Hey, Zeus, how's it going? I'm going to put on some tunes here, and we'll get this show on the road. All right, let's see if I can find something that's good. All right, so like I said before, you know, weekly bearish engulfing candles across the board. You know, not really a lot of price action last week. Really just did a whole bunch of nothing burger like we saw a 5% swing last week on Bitcoin. Not really a lot of price action. We had some altcoins doing some things, some crazy things, right? Like YGG breaking out of a major falling wedge pattern, right? There's your major falling wedge break. This thing did a massive move. Look at that volume spike. So gaming coins doing some things while Bitcoin's doing a bunch of nothing, and that's noteworthy, right? We should probably be paying attention to that sector, right? So Gala is another one that started to make a move. Hasn't broke out of this structure just yet. Awesome, Shane. Thank you so much, brother. So Gala, if we're looking at gaming coins, Gala is one to look at. Sitting down here at probably a nice value area, 2.3 cents. The low here from January was 1.5, so really not too far off these lows. Okay, and you guys know about the wedge patterns here. We love these. They usually bode pretty well. And let's go to Gala real quick. I got the node squeeze indicator on this chart. So Gala, still throwing this daily short signal here, but let's go to the weekly on Gala. Yeah, I mean, we're in a squeeze on the weekly chart. Again, we were showing some bearish signals, some bearish signs right now. Really, probably just some consolidation for Bitcoin and the rest of the market. And so let's take a look at that on the squeeze and really get an idea of what's happening here, right? So we did just get a weekly bearish cross on the stochastics. We haven't had a weekly bearish cross really since April, okay? So not the best news here. We are probably going to trend towards down the bottom of this Bollinger Band. And you can see the volume did kind of taper off here. So I would say there is a big movement coming. And the fact of the matter is Bitcoin hasn't really done too much. We haven't really seen a lot of selling pressure. We haven't really seen a lot of volatility in Bitcoin. It's really just stagnating, right? Just sideways price action, really indecision of what's happening in this market. But we know we broke out of a falling wedge pattern. We almost did a 50% retracement. The fact of the matter is we're sitting above the 382 fib extension right now, which is that $28,000 region. As long as we continue to make these higher lows, I think this uptrend's still intact. In terms of the day-to-day price action, well, the daily chart on Bitcoin is sitting down here in bearish control zone 36 on the RSI. We did get a daily bearish cross down, but we're sort of in the buy zone right now, right, guys? This is the buy zone for the daily chart. And the 2-day also tagging the bottom zone here, right? Every single time we get down to these lows, should be cognizant of that. All right, but I still think we could see some maybe more consolidation or downside price action on Bitcoin until we really hit a demand area. And I'm looking right here, 28.3K is really probably that region where we go to, okay? And we're going to look at the dollar and some other assets here. The dollar, looking like it's pointing up right now, right? It's going to try to maybe break out of this triangle here. The daily, maybe we get a bit of a pullback on the daily chart. Maybe retest the bottom part of this triangle before it actually does break out of here. Maybe we get one more retest of this 101 region before maybe it attempts a rally. Okay, and if it does attempt a rally, all risk assets are going to pull back, and we're going to look at the Nasdaq. And we're going to look at the equities market because the equities market looks kind of toppy. All right. Here's the Nasdaq right now, the futures on the Nasdaq, and here's the weekly chart. And we're literally pulling right back, right at the median channel here of the long-term channel on the Nasdaq. All right. So the uptrend's still intact. We haven't breached the trend line, but remember, guys, we did an 88.6% retracement. We're right at an area of confluence, like literally perfect to the T, the 886, okay? And usually when you do something like that, you can see how extended the RSI we are. I mean, obviously we're super bullish, right? 76 is bullish control zone, right? But why can't we pull back and get out of overbought and then stay bullish and go overbought again? We can. And so that's what I want to warn you guys of is, this right here is something to watch out for because this looks like a massive rising wedge type of structure. And, you could argue that maybe we're, maybe making a double top, right? And we could see something like this happen. We could totally see something like that happen. So just be aware of that. The equities market looks kind of topped out. All right, on the monthly chart, we just started August here. We haven't yet engulfed last month's candle, but we could see that the weekly chart is topped out, right? So, and if we go to like the 2-day chart, you can see that we're starting to make these lower highs, and we got this trend line right here that we've broke, and we back tested it. Yeah, I mean the Nasdaq's up 0.25% right now. It's really nothing. Tomorrow we could really see a lot of selling pressure come in. This to me looks like kind of bear flag stuff. Yeah, we're sitting towards the bottom of this range right now, but yeah, I would say the next low for the Nasdaq here is 15,229 to 786. If we start losing these critical levels here, you guys know what happens. We just kind of trade lower, right? So I would say we have a major level. We do have a major level of support here. We're pretty close to it. We'll take a look at those, Toe. No problem. Give me a second. I'm just covering the equities market here. We have a major level of support there at 1440. And I think right now those are our probable downside targets, right? But yeah, I mean, maybe not a rising wedge, maybe just a channel up. And the channel up, we could go to the bottom of the channel and retest here and try to make a rally out, okay? So it may not be as bearish as I'm kind of throwing it off to be, but the weekly chart definitely needs a reset. The daily already started its reset, and we got a bounce right here at 46, so that's good. All right, so we could see some movement back up here in the short term. Maybe tomorrow we get a bounce, but maybe over the course of the next couple of weeks, we're probably going to see pullback, all right? And S&P, same kind of chart. In fact, it's almost identical to the Nasdaq. All right. Here's your long-term S&P. Actually, let's just go to this SPY. Let's get the whole picture. All right. So here's your S&P long-term chart. Back test the channel, and we've done pretty much exactly what the Nasdaq did. The 88.6% retracement from the swing high to the swing low. And we're putting in, a bearish engulfing candle on the weekly there. And yeah, it just looks very toppy right now. And we're pretty close to breaking that right there. We bounced off of it, and this is the type of stuff that if we start breaking it, we could be looking at a major move down, right? Right, because this is a long-term channel, and we are towards the bottom of the channel. If we start breaking it and back testing it as resistance, which after you do an 88.6% retracement, it would make a lot of sense for you to pull back, right? Like, here's your weekly, man. This looks like it's an area of value? No. And that's where we're at. We're going to probably see some sector rotation. Yes, wild man. I agree with that. There's definitely some areas of the market that are not overbought, and probably see money rotate. We're going to see some money rotate. But if the dollar is going to rip, it's going to be tough for risk assets to really perform, okay? So, yeah. That's what I got for the Nasdaq and the S&P right now. The dollar, we kind of went through that. We're gonna start covering some other altcoins here. We'll cover Combo. We gave a setup on Combo. I think it actually already started breaking out. So we're gonna take a look at that. So Combo here on the weekly. I have no data on this thing. Anyways, you can see the volume. We got a nice spike in volume here. We had a wedge break. I would say your first major target is the 70-cent region for Combo. That would confirm that this is the bottom for this asset. So that looks pretty good. Not overbought. Definitely not overbought. You know, sitting at 41 on the daily RSI with all this crazy amount of divergence. I forget what I charted this on to really look at that. Was it the daily chart? I guess so. Maybe it was maybe it was the KuCoin chart. Anyways, this asset looks good. It looks like it's building lots of divergence here, falling wedge type of setups here on this asset. So it looks good. Total 2, we'll take a look at that, sure. So total 2 on the daily, we're getting a daily cross up here. So altcoins, you know, it might be time for altcoins to outperform Bitcoin while Bitcoin consolidates and or pulls back to that 28.3 region. And we can see somewhat of a falling wedge structure here on the total 2 chart. And let's go to the weekly. Yeah, the weekly doesn't really give us much of an edge here. Like the weekly stochastics are pointing down. The 2-day chart's already in the buy zone. All right, so I mean, we could see some negating of price action based off that. But let's draw our ranges here. So we have a clear range at top of the clear top of this range is, you know, right around that area, and our bottom range is here. You know, we're somewhere in between. We've just made a lower high. You know, we haven't really been able to produce a higher high. And you know, we have our major range low here for now, and that's kind of what we're looking at on total 2 right now. In terms of, you know, what kind of structure we're in, well, we did actually break this downtrend. Okay, we broke the downtrend, we rallied up to the resistance and pulled back and made a higher low or the same low, and we're just kind of in the middle of a range right here, guys. So not really too much in terms of, you know, what we can really look to expect here. Last week we put a bearish engulfing candle in. You know, nothing really telling us crazy things are about to really just happen yet for the altcoin market. Let's go to our monthly chart. Monthly chart, you know, sitting at 46 and pointing down. Not really a good look there. So what have we really done in terms of retracement from this swing high? I don't think much. We've done a 23.6% retracement. That's very weak. So the altcoin market's very weak right now. You know, you would at least expect to see a 38.2% retracement in a bear market. So, you know, if we were to get continuation, I would say, you know, 730 billion might be our target, because Bitcoin almost did a 50% retracement. So I would say it's possible we could get up to this level here. Okay. And we're going to look at Bitcoin dominance, because that's going to play a lot into the factor of what the altcoin market does. We are approaching this major trend line here on Bitcoin dominance on the monthly chart. And you can see the monthly stochastics are topped out here, okay, on Bitcoin dominance. So we could start to see the money rotate into altcoins, okay? Let's go to the 2-day chart. The 2-day stochastics are ticked up here. And we are... to draw this right. All right, so it's still within the bounds of this channel or this rising wedge or whatever you want to call this. I would say it's more so a channel than a rising wedge, but you do have a bit of a rising wedge sort of stuff happening here. Okay, so yeah, I mean, Bitcoin dominance on the monthly overbought, weekly, you know, getting a reset or about to get a reset. So we'll see, man. I mean, if this pushes up, it's going to be tough for altcoins to really perform. But after white candles, we typically do get a reversal, right? But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But let's get a major Fibonacci retracement. All right, so we're pretty close to that 38.2% retracement level from our swing high, our real swing high up here, okay? Major swing high. Okay. So yeah, Bitcoin dominance is still intact until it breaks the trend line. If we break this trend line, then Bitcoin dominance just dumps. We could see altcoins really outperform Bitcoin. But until then, you know, you're going to have ones that do outperform, but most of them are not going to outperform. All right. Oil. Let's look at oil. Sure. Oil looking actually kind of bullish, right? So let's take a look at it. I'm going to use that I'm not going to count that wick because that was the COVID low and that was the crash, right? So oil is above a major level here. You can see now we broke out of this level and we basically broke below it. And then we went back above it on the monthly chart here. Monthly stochastics ticked up. This looks pretty bullish. We're probably going to see oil break to the top of the range at some point. And that's what it's looking like, man. I mean, weekly stochastics are topping up, but we haven't crossed down yet. So we definitely could see that this is definitely got room to run on the weekly chart. And, you know, broke a major trend line here on the weekly. You know, this looks like maybe a wedge of sorts that you broke out of. So oil looking pretty strong right now. We'll look at gold here too. It's going to be tough for gold to perform if the dollar is trending up. And yeah, you can see we got a deviation outside of the major trend line there that I had drawn. We actually got a weekly bearish engulfing candle. Good evening, Joe. So yeah, the weekly bearish engulfing candle there. I mean, I guess it's still within the bounds, right? So yeah, still within the bounds of the whatever this is up here, consolidation, a channel, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we'll see how gold performs here. I mean, yesterday's candle was a good candle, like a bullish engulfing. And, you know, I broke out of this wedge, but yeah, I mean, back testing, still making higher lows so far, but not able to produce a higher high. You know, 1979 is your major level of resistance right now on gold, but you could see gold do the break, man. This would be a technical double bottom if this is confirmed. If you get a break above 1979, then that is double bottom stuff, and we could measure from the low to the range high here, a 4% move after you get up there and break above it, which would take us to almost new all-time highs on gold, almost. All right, natural gas. Natural gas looks like it bottomed out down here for sure. Let's go to the monthly chart. Yeah, not really so much of a parallel chart. I guess you could draw it this way because this was like a fake break, right? You have your major resistance level here. You're holding it. You're holding on it right now. Okay, so you got a nice monthly bullish engulfing candle that's still active here on natural gas. And until you break below that, I would say you're still going to maybe see continuation up. And I will say the weekly though is stochastic wise is looking topped out, right? But it could stay up here. As long as it stays up here, that means we could still see bullish price action. Because our 2-week is still pointed up, our 3-week is way down here, right? So, and our monthly is probably way down here. So, natural gas, longer term here, definitely going higher. All right, that's what this chart's telling me. And in terms of retracements, from our swing high to our swing low, we've only done a 23.6% retracement, and it would make sense if we went anywhere from the 382 to the 618. So anywhere from $3.50 to about $5. is the common retracement levels after a major move down like that. Sure, we'll look at XRP. XRP still in the pennant. Monthly chart. Stochastics are still pointing up. Your weekly stochastics are kind of pointing down right now. Your 2 week is still up here, but looks like it's crossing down, but hasn't, crossed below the 80 line. I would say XRP still looks good from the longer term charts here. The only thing is we want to see, so far we got a rejection at this pennant, okay? Like we had a breakthrough and we didn't see follow through price action here. We broke out of this, this ascending triangle. It would make sense for a retest of 58 cents on the longer term timescales here. Let's go to our quarterly chart. Our quarterly chart here, we've got about a month left. We're still not broken out. But the quarterly stochastics look great. Absolutely look fantastic down here. So your outlook here long-term on XRP is extremely bullish looking to me, okay? All right. Look at XLM, sure. I already posted a chart on XLM on TradingView. The falling wedges, all right? Again, 3 month stochastics looking great. 2 month also looking great. Monthly poised for upside. So yes, I'm of the belief that XLM can go up to test the top of the range at some point. That would be the entire wedge movement up there at 52 cents. And you could draw a trend line right here. And this looks like a major ascending triangle, okay? And if you break the major ascending triangle from the bottom of the triangle to the top of the triangle is about a 5,000% move. I don't know if we're going to see that, but a 5,000% move would be absolutely insane. That would be like a $30 XLM. But yeah, I have the 1272, kind of circled here at the end of the cycle. We might see a $5 XLM. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Not going to say it's not. I've seen this market do stupid stuff in a bull market. So, but for right now, I don't think we're going to see any crazy stuff like that happen until Bitcoin really goes into its bull market. So we need to see Bitcoin get above that 30, I'd say that 35K region. But yeah, XLM looks great here. You've got a nice breakout. You could see some consolidation and maybe a retest of the break. All right. We got some altcoins moving right now. Audio coin is on the move. Looks like you put in maybe some sort of swing low here, right? Holding that trend line. And you got your major top of your range up here. So this could be, rounding some sort of triangle down here. Drip. Oh my God, drip. Drip is absolutely destroyed, man. So drip attempted a rally out here, back tested this parallel channel and rejected it. You're at the 1618 from your swing low to swing high just from this range. And I would say your major target here is really there's nothing here, man. You can see 3 cents. That's the 1272 major fib extension, man. This thing just gets sold. So there's no buying pressure on this asset. It's a yield generating asset that is obviously not generating any yield. And yeah, it's a complete shitcoin. Yep. Doesn't look good, man. Doesn't look good at all. Monthly candle, probably a bearish engulfer. Yeah, awful. Not looking too hot on drip, dude. It is price discovery downwards, yes. So let's look at some stocks because I think there is still some stocks that are doing well. I took a risk on this one on Friday, and the reason why I did that was because I liked what I was seeing on this chart on the weekly, and the 2-week chart. Although this stock doesn't really get much trading volume, they have earnings tomorrow, and this is a wedge pattern. And I took this trade off the 2-day time scale. I like the cross up here. RSI still down here at 38, 39. And if we do get a wedge break, this could be a pretty significant move up. And it won't take a lot to push it because there's not a lot of trading volume on this asset. We want to look at Hex. All right, now he's joking. All right, cool. Upwork. I don't know if any of you guys took the Upwork trade, man, but we are lit on this one, up 68%. We touched the 38.2% retracement level. Obviously, probably a take profit area. I have this up to about $25. That's close to the 618. But yeah, falling wedge breakout. We got an entry down here right before it broke out here. And this is a beautiful chart, man. Monthly chart looks great. Yes, Upwork is up, man. Look at that monthly candle on Upwork. Monthly stochastics poised for upside here. What a great trade setup this was, man. FXS, sure, Dino, we can take a look at it, man. Lucid's probably going to rip, yeah. It's down at the bottom for sure. All right, so FXS on the monthly. Monthly stochastics look great, getting a nice cross up there. 3-week also about to cross up, 2-week crossing up. Weekly poised, man. So I have nothing bad to say about this asset down here. Momentum is swinging back to the upside on this asset. No idea what it does. Doesn't really matter. We can see, maybe some sort of long-term channel up type of structure on this thing. We can draw a trend line from here. This is where you're looking for a breakout. Okay, you're getting really close to a breakout on this asset here. Say, hey, whoever suggested this one, nice call, man. This looks pretty nice. From your swing low to your swing high, you've done a 61.8% retracement from this low. And it looks like you have some price compression happening here. And if you do break this trend line, you will see some upside. And the weekly, the 2-week, the 3-week, the monthly, all pointing up, man. I mean, there is nothing else you really want to see as a swing trader. When they all align like that, you're looking at a major move, potentially to the upside, all right? And that right there is key, okay? So you get a break of this level here, this range, this $7 range. I don't see why you don't test up to about $12. And there's really nothing here. It went straight down. And so the top of this range here is this 38.2% retracement level, which would be about that $13 region. And, if Bitcoin doesn't just start collapsing and the markets don't just start collapsing, then the TA should be respected. And you will probably see this asset go up. All right. Nice chart. Lucid. Technically out of the wedge right now on the weekly chart. Weekly stochastics kind of topping out here, maybe coming back down. 2-week chart. 2-week crossing up still. So, all right, we might still have some juice left in the tank here. 3-week looking good. Monthly at the bottom, all right? So the only thing here is you could see a retest of, maybe this 618 level first because the weekly's coming down. Let's go to our 2-day chart. Our 2-day is also pointing down. So shorter time scales are pointing to the downside, which could just mean a retest of this low or near this low. So yeah, I have this area plotted here, 622. If you start to see Lucid hold this 622 region and momentum oscillators start pointing back up, that could be an area where you might want to take a trade, okay? But for now, it looks like you broke this bottom of this range here, and we could be looking for a further move down. DLX, sure, I'll take a look at it, man. All right, so on the 4 hour, you've reached the range high on the 4 hour. We'll go to the monthly. He asked for the monthly chart. So the monthly chart. Say that's pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty close. They front ran this bottom of this channel here. Yeah, so nice long-term channel up on this asset. In terms of retracements, you've done I guess we should be plotting it from this previous low. All right, so let's do that. So you did about a 50% retracement since the 2009 crash on this asset, and it didn't quite get to the bottom of the channel. So that's showing some strength, I would say. Holding this demand line pretty nicely. Monthly looks good. RSI's got room to run. Stochastic's poised for upside here. Weekly in bullish territory, but definitely getting extended on the weekly chart. Like I said before, you're definitely towards the top of a range, and you could see something like this happen where you maybe pull back to 1750 level. This is a big level, and you have a level here. You could see some short-term pullback is what I'm trying to say. You did break, this area here. This was looking like a wedge that you broke. But if you do see continuation, you have the top of the range here at 24 bucks. And if you break 24 bucks, you're looking at these levels up here. 26 is a major level here. And then you're up to your 236 fib extension area, about that $32 region, which would be the top part of your resistance, right? Cool. So I made a list of earnings calls for tomorrow. Let's see, what did I do with that? So these all have earnings tomorrow. I was looking at Sage for a potential long, right? Because the weekly stochastics are down here already, but I'm really looking at like the shorter time scales, like the 2 and 3 day chart, and you're in the buy zone, right? You're in the buy zone, and you've just kind of back tested this major trend line that you broke out of, hit that 38.2% retracement, a little bit over that. And you've just came back down and retest this low, and you held the low, right? Because Friday, well, I would say you didn't really hold it just yet, but you bounced off of it, okay? I mean, I guess it's going to be tough for any asset to really rally in this condition where the dollar is going up. But yeah, I mean, this asset's not in an uptrend. And one could argue this was a rising wedge that was broken, or a bear flag even. But you've almost done the whole move down. So I think risk to reward wise, it's getting pretty close to that area where you would want to maybe take a trade on it after maybe some more confirmation of consolidating here. But it has earnings, so if the earnings aren't good, I guess we'll see the bottom of the range on this. And let's see, this one has earnings tomorrow. I haven't really charted this. Some of these stocks are so wrecked, man. I mean, I don't know. This thing looks like trash. I probably am not touching this stock, but I mean, the weekly looks like it's got some bullish divergence down here. Upstart probably pulls back, man. That thing, I think that thing hit the 618 fib. All right. So we'll take a look at it, but pretty sure that it did. It made a major move out of this off this low, man. Remember, we called this out at what, 13 bucks. So yeah, you hit the 50% retracement level, and you know, you're starting to pull back here. You can see you're really extended, and you break that trend line, you're gonna dipsy doodle, man. That's it. All right, rising wedge type of stuff happening after this major parabolic move. So yeah, definitely look to take profit on that. You know, got really close to that. You know, you could even this head and shoulders neckline here that it broke. Right, you guys see the head and shoulders that I made? So it made, you know, this the right shoulder, the left shoulder, the right shoulder, and the head. You can see that, you know, it broke this and did a 78% move down. I think it did that. It did more than that. It did an 86% move down. So yeah, I mean, you know, we got the bottom here, or pretty close to it, and we got a nice run. And you know, we could see a pull back to like 30 bucks, right? And you know, maybe make this type of cup with handle type of structure for eventually an 886. All right. Man, look at this fucking stock. These things are wrecked, man. Jesus. So this is a stock maybe to consider a potential long on down here, right? With the 2-week bull div, and you're just kind of sitting down here, you know, below the major resistance level, you know, maybe some sort of wedge pattern formed there. And from the swing low of the COVID low there, it looks like that was a COVID low. No, that's February 2016. So you did almost a 78.6% retracement. So yeah, this could be at an area of value for this asset. No idea what it does. Commercial services. I mean, you are towards a range high on the daily though, so there's that. You know. And then you might want to watch this trend line here. If it holds this trend line and it breaks this range, there's no real resistance for a while on this thing. Like, well, let's look left on the chart. What do we really have here? This was like straight up shit. So like here, $13, man. Yeah, not really much up here. 13 or 15, and then you got the fib retracement at 19 bucks. So yeah, this could go, man. This could go. Could I see Firo? Yeah, sure. Firo. At a major level of resistance or a major trend line of resistance. All right, so your major support level here at $1 and change. You know, it looks like you're rolling over here on the weekly. You're, you know, you haven't rolled over on the weekly Stoics yet, but with the macro the way it is on Bitcoin, you know, with us pulling back right now, Bitcoin's under 29 right now. Tether's ripping. Yeah, I mean, you got a major support there at 150 to look at. You know, you start breaking 150, you're looking at the range low, 127. So no breakout, man. No breakout here. Monthly chart also not really looking too hot, man. Not really want. I'm not really know why you want me to look at this one, but cool. Let's see. Any other assets you guys want to look at? Near looking like it wants to break the bottom of this range here. Yeah, Bitcoin not looking too hot, man. Bear flagged. Well, it looks like our viewer count just went down. We had 12 people on here. Now we have 5. It must have been something I said. Look at ETH. No, we can look at it, though. ETH. Let's go get ETH. So, descending triangle type of stuff, I would say. Right, we're pretty well respecting the demand line here for now. We've started making lower highs. Our weekly is pointing down here right now. But you know, no confirmed breakdown until we actually break this and confirm it as resistance. And let's see. So from our major swing low to swing high, we've done a 23 points. We did a 38.2% retracement, which obviously getting a reversal there is pretty bullish. But if we don't hold these areas, we're gonna see, you know, ETH come down to, you know, we could see it, man. If we start breaking, you know, 1,700, we could be looking at 1,300. I'm not getting super bearish right now, but I am going to be honest here. And any of that stuff can happen. Especially if we don't have momentum on our side. And especially if we don't have, one second. Grab my phone real quick. Well, a good thing is I didn't get stopped out of my trade yet. So that's good. We're still in a long on near here at the bottom of this range. So let's hope that this range low holds and maybe this double bottoms. And Bitcoin is, you know, just doing a bunch of nothing, man. It's like not even being phased by this push up here. I mean, yeah, this is bear flagged right now. Yeah, this doesn't look good, right? We can't even get back above 29K right now. Let's see if we can. But Nice integrity. Yes, we didn't get stopped out. Our stop is at 132.8. So 132.8 is our stop, which is a little bit of, like right around this low right here. So if we're really going to break down, it's gonna stop me out. But yeah, I mean, some of these altcoins are just so wrecked, man. Like it's really difficult for me to believe and really think that a lot of these are going to make new lows. Like Bitcoin's really got to crash, man. And there's really no volatility at all on Bitcoin right now. So very boring market. Like, it wouldn't shock me if NEAR went back up to like $3. Like, why not? That's a major level of resistance. Bounced there, it broke down there, it retested as resistance. It came down to this range low again and bounced off this low, made a scrub rally, and it's still holding above that low. So to me, I mean, it's tough for me to really be super bearish down here, but it's holding this level for now until it isn't. If it doesn't hold this level, it will come straight down to 118, right? So Solmatic Flow. All right, let's check them out. Solana actually looks not bad on the daily chart, right? Let's go to the weekly. So Solana did a 50% retracement from the swing low to the swing high. You broke this major level of resistance. You got to break. This is a descending, broadening formation, and these break to the upside 72% of the time, and they typically go back up to the top of the wedge. All right. You're right around the 38.2% retracement level. You're just below it right now. But it looks like, you could be holding this major level here as support for now. These wicks, right? 1, 2, 3, these wicks right here on the weekly. If you go to regular candles, you can probably see it a bit better. There you go. So your daily chart, yeah, holding above a major support here. Down sloping and consolidating. I wouldn't say this looks bad. You can maybe argue that this is a flag of sorts after a break, and your daily chart is pointing up. Your 2-day chart is about to point up. Your weekly chart, your weekly chart's not doing any of that. But let's go to like the 2-week. 2 weeks still holding on to the momentum, and your RSI is really neutral, right? So. Yeah, I mean, you can't possibly be really bearish right now. You have a low and a higher low, and you got a bit of a break, and you might get a retest, right? And then, you might get a move up after that. So that's it. You might see that. The 2-week stochastics are pointing up here. The 3-week stochastics are pointing up. The monthly stochastics are pointing up. And your monthly RSI is neutral. So you're in the buy zone on the monthly chart. Looks good from a technical perspective. The day-to-day price action, you could see a retest of the range lows, retest of the range highs, right? Ping pong around for a bit. All right, so Matic I was liking on the smaller timescales, but the macro isn't really helping the situation right now. The monthly stochastics are pointing down, so that's not good. Your 3-week is about to point up, so you have a little bit of conflict of momentum there. So maybe you want to go to the 2-week or the weekly. And the weekly is also about to cross down. You could be looking to come back down to the range low around 61 cents. 2-day chart. Stochastics look like they're in the buy zone. The daily starting to tick up on the daily, but you could just see some more consolidation or sideways price action, especially with the longer time scale momentum pointing down, right? So that's going to push the price down some more. We could get some pops, going into that, but yeah, you can see the nice consolidation happening here. This is a pretty well defined consolidation pattern that you're getting here on Matic. So it looks like a wedge. Look at the DXY for a second, see what it's doing. All right, so it's trying to hold this area here. All right, we lost everybody. I guess it's time to end the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining tonight. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. I guess we'll look at flow real fast if Wildman's still watching. I didn't cover that. I'll cover flow real quick. All right, so flow, no change really. This thing just really not performing. Monthly stochastics are about to cross up. 3-week stochastics are about to cross up. 2-week stochastics are crossed up. The weekly stochastics are crossing down. So yeah, I mean, we could still see some consolidation. We could still see some sideways price action. It could come back down to test the range low, especially if Bitcoin decides that it wants to break down. And I would say that we are technically not broken out on this asset. And yep, we've got 3 bottoms that we made. We thought this might be the bottom for the asset, but so far hasn't shown us any real sign of rally coming in. All right, so patience will pay hopefully on this one. And yes, I am dick deep in flow. I did buy a little bit more. I got about an 82 cent entry on this asset right now. So even if it just does a retracement to the 23.6% level, we'll be in about a 50% profit there. That's it. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream tonight. We'll catch you guys in the next one. And I might be a little inactive here for a bit because I'm starting a new job tomorrow. So, well, I appreciate your guys' patience with me there. Thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.